I was rushing to finish my thesis research when the library lights went out. 9 p.m. closing time, and I was alone, or so I thought. Then I heard footsteps in the dark. "Hello, is someone there?" came a woman's voice. It was Sarah, the head librarian who'd been helping me for months. The doors were locked, security system activated, and we were trapped together until morning. What started as an embarrassing accident became the most intimate night of my life, learning that sometimes the best education happens outside the classroom. Hi, I'm Tom Anderson. I'm 25 years old and I'm pursuing my PhD in English literature at Northwestern University. Before I tell this story, if you love real love stories and want to continue this journey with me, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because today's story is just the beginning. Every story I share here is real and full of surprises that will amaze you. For 6 months, I'd been spending my days at Harper Memorial Library. My doctoral thesis was on 19th century Romantic literature, and this library had the best resources in the city. But to be honest, my thesis research wasn't the only reason I went there. Sarah Martinez, 36 years old, head librarian. Long black hair, intelligent brown eyes, and a smile that made you feel safe. Every morning at 9 a.m., she'd come to the library, sit at her desk, and quietly manage that large building. The first day I came, I couldn't find the Victorian novels section. I went to the information desk. "Hello," I said hesitantly. "Where are the 19th century English novels?" Sarah looked up and stared at me. My heart raced at that moment. "Third floor, corridor D. But which authors are you looking for?" "I can give you more specific help. The Brontë sisters, especially Emily. I'm working on Wuthering Heights." Her eyes lit up. "Great choice. Emily Bronte's manuscripts and first edition copies are in our special collection. I can show you if you'd like." That day, she took me to the special collection, showed me rare books, the way her hands touched the books, the care she showed while turning pages. Every movement was a work of art. "You love literature too," I said. "I studied English literature in college. Then I got my master's in library science. This place is my heaven," she said with a smile. From that day on, I started coming every day. Sometimes I was actually doing research, sometimes just to see Sarah. I found excuses to talk to her. "What do you think about this book? Have you read this author? How can I find this reference?" Sarah patiently helped every time, but I thought she was just doing her job. Don't forget to subscribe because you'll be shocked when I learned how Sarah was actually observing me. She had noticed me too, but couldn't say anything because of professional boundaries. 6 months later, Thursday evening, November 15th, I'm at the library as usual. My thesis deadline is approaching. I need final sources. Sarah came to me at 8:30. "Tom, the library closes at 9. How much time do you need to finish?" "Just a few more pages. 10 minutes? "Okay, but hurry. The security system activates automatically." At 8:55, I was taking my last note. Sarah was also tidying her office, preparing her bag. Suddenly, the lights went out. "What?" I shouted in the dark. "Tom, are you still there?" came Sarah's voice. "Yes, I'm here. What happened?" Her eyes lit up. "Great choice. Emily Bronte's manuscripts and first edition copies are in our special collection. I can show you if you'd like." That day, she took me to the special collection, showed me rare books, the way her hands touched the books, the care she showed while turning pages. Every movement was a work of art. "You love literature too," I said. "I studied English literature in college. Then I got my master's in library science. This place is my heaven," she said with a smile. From that day on, I started coming every day. Sometimes I was actually doing research, sometimes just to see Sarah. I found excuses to talk to her. "What do you think about this book? Have you read this author? How can I find this reference?" Sarah patiently helped every time, but I thought she was just doing her job. Don't forget to subscribe because you'll be shocked when I learned how Sarah was actually observing me. She had noticed me too, but couldn't say anything because of professional boundaries. 6 months later, Thursday evening, November 15th, I'm at the library as usual. My thesis deadline is approaching. I need final sources. Sarah came to me at 8:30. "Tom, the library closes at 9. How much time do you need to finish?" "Just a few more pages. 10 minutes? "Okay, but hurry. The security system activates automatically." At 8:55, I was taking my last note. Sarah was also tidying her office, preparing her bag. Suddenly, the lights went out. "What?" I shouted in the dark. "Tom, are you still there?" came Sarah's voice. "Yes, I'm here. What happened?" But does it make them happy? Maybe happiness isn't the right word, but it completes them. Catherine says I am Heathcliff. Identity merger. Sarah looked thoughtful. What about real life? Is such love possible? What do you think? I would have said impossible before, but now maybe age, status, social expectations are just obstacles. This conversation surprised me. For 6 months, I had seen Sarah as a professional person. Now she was talking as a woman. At 11 p.m., Sarah stood up. "Should I show you the secret corners of the library? It looks very different at night." I followed her. In the depths of the library, there were small reading nooks between the book stacks. Emergency lights created a romantic atmosphere. "This is my favorite place," Sarah said, stopping at a small nook with a window. "During the day, there's a city view at night." We looked outside. City lights were sparkling in the distance. "Beautiful," I said. But I was looking at her, not the view, she noticed. "Tom, Sarah, I want to tell you something. I know what you're going to say, but this is complicated." "What's complicated? I'm 36 years old, you're 25, I'm an employee, you're a student. This crosses professional boundaries. What if professional boundaries are wrong?" Sarah turned and looked at me. "Tom, I've been observing you for 6 months. The reason you come every day isn't just your thesis, is it?" I swallowed. "How did you know?" "Because I've been observing you too. When you come to my desk, my face turns red. I find excuses to talk to you, but I can't because I'm scared. My last relationship failed. Age difference, expectations, everything is so complicated." I moved closer to her. "Sarah, age is just a number. You're the smartest woman I know. Talking to you, listening to you talk about books, these are the most beautiful moments of my life. Tom, you're young and idealistic. I'm realistic. What will people say? Which people? People who don't love us? Sarah, us being here tonight isn't a coincidence. Maybe there's a reason in the universe." Sarah smiled. "Romantic literature has really influenced you. Or real life is as beautiful as romantic literature." At that moment, I moved closer to Sarah. I reached out, touched her face. "Tom, is this right? It's the most right thing I've ever felt." Our first kiss happened between bookshelves, under emergency lights. Soft, hesitant, but very intimate. "Wow," Sarah said breathlessly. "Wow," I repeated. At 1 a.m., we went to the poetry section. Sarah took out Neruda's 20 love poems. "Let me read you this poem," she said. "I love it very much. Body of woman, white hills, white thighs," she began. Her tone, her harmony with the poem's rhythm, I was mesmerized. "Beautiful," I said when she finished. Pablo Neruda describes love beautifully, physical and spiritual unity. You read beautifully too. I used to read poetry in amateur theater during university years. Why don't you do it now? No time, or that's the excuse. Actually, no courage. Why? I guess courage decreases as you age. When you're young, everything seems possible. It's still possible. You're still young and beautiful. Sarah looked at me. "Tom, how do you see me?" "As the most beautiful, smartest, most fascinating woman. I don't see your age, I see your soul." "I see you too, Tom. Not just as a student, but as a man. A smart, passionate, gentle man." At 3 a.m., when fatigue hit, we lay down on the couches in the reading room. Sarah rested her head on my shoulder. "Tom, what will happen after tonight?" "What do you want to happen?" "I don't know. This is so complicated." "Let it be complicated. The most beautiful loves are complicated." Literature reference again. Isn't life literature? We're writing a story now too. What kind of story? Librarian and student story. Love story that transcends age difference. Sarah smiled. "How does this story end?" "We haven't written it yet, but it could be a happy ending." At 5 a.m., Sarah had fallen asleep on my shoulder. I was watching her. How beautiful, how peaceful she looked. These 11 hours had changed my life. At 6:30 a.m., the security alarm went off. Sarah woke up with a start. "What? Oh, Tom, I fell asleep." Security arrived, I think. Voices were heard. The door was opening. "Mrs. Martinez, are you there?" A voice shouted. "I'm here." Sarah called back. "The security guard found us." "Wow, what happened here?" "System malfunction," Sarah said. "It didn't detect us." "I'm so sorry. This has never happened. How are you two?" "We're fine," I said. "It wasn't too bad, actually." After the security guard left, Sarah and I stood at the door. "Tom, last night was real," I said, "and it was beautiful. But now Now let me buy you breakfast at a real place with real coffee. Sarah smiled. Okay, but then we need to talk seriously. We went to a small cafe near campus. It was 8 a.m. The cafe had just opened. Sarah, I said while drinking our coffee, last night wasn't just a night spent in the library. It was the most beautiful night of my life. Mine too, Tom, but we need to face reality. What reality? I'm a 36-year-old librarian. You're a 25-year-old student. What will people say? Sarah, last night we read Neruda. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. Should we miss this chance? Sarah thought. What about families? My family will love you very much. What matters is my happiness. Work? What matters is love. Jobs can be found in other cities too. Tom, you're very sure, but I'm scared. Why? Because I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you last night and it scares me. I took her hand. I fell in love with you too, Sarah. I had fallen in love at first sight, actually, but I realized it last night. Really, I promise you, the age difference won't be a problem. Sarah smiled. Okay, let's try, but slowly. Let it be slow. Our first date was the next evening. Movies, then dinner. Sarah and I were doing what normal couples do. On our second date, Sarah said, Tom, my friends are curious about you. What did you say? The truth, how we met, our ages, everything. How were their reactions? Mixed, but some changed their minds after seeing you. On our third date, I introduced Sarah to my family over video call, but still, she's a very beautiful woman, my mother said, and very smart. Age doesn't matter to me. In our 6th month, I moved near Sarah's apartment. We weren't living together, but we were close. Tom, she said one day, this relationship is getting serious. Is that a problem for you? No, it makes me happy. Just what will happen in the future? What do you want to happen? I don't know. Marriage? Children? Do you think about these things? Sarah, I think about everything with you. Marriage, children, old age, everything. In our first year, I proposed to Sarah. In the library at the place where we first met. Sarah Martinez, you are my greatest love. The night we were trapped in the library changed my life. Will you marry me? She cried. Yes, Tom. Yes, I'll marry you. Our wedding was in the library garden. It was very symbolic. Now 3 years have passed. Sarah is 39, I'm 28. We're still happy. Sarah is still a librarian. I finished my doctorate and now I'm a lecturer at the university. We both work on the same campus. And of course we have twin girls, Emily and Charlotte. We named them after the Brontë sisters. Daddy, says 2-year-old Emily, read book. Sarah and I read her fairy tales every night, with the same voice, with the same love. Last month, Northwestern Library opened a Love Stories Born in Libraries exhibition. Our story was there too. 25-year-old student Tom Anderson and 36-year-old librarian Sarah Martinez met in 2021 when they were trapped in the library. Now they're married and parents of 2 children. Couples who go to that exhibition read our story and say, maybe we too, because love is possible everywhere. In the library, on the bus, at the market, everywhere. But ours was special because it was born among books. It was born from love of literature. It was born from the union of intelligence and heart. Sarah now says to me, Tom, what would have happened if there hadn't been a system malfunction that night? We would have met another way, I say, because you were my destiny. You're so romantic. Literature influence. No, Sarah influence. Tonight, after putting the children to bed, Sarah and I go to the library. We read books at midnight, just like that first night. And every time we relive the magic of that night. This is our story, Tom and Sarah's story. The story that started in the library, continued with books, ended with love. And the most beautiful part of this story, it's still continuing, because real love stories never end. They just add new chapters. But our story doesn't end here. In our second year, Sarah got pregnant. We were shocked when we learned about the twins. Twins? I said while watching the ultrasound screen. Yes, the doctor said. 2 healthy baby girls. Sarah squeezed my hand. Tom, are you ready to be a father? I'm ready for anything with you. The pregnancy period was very beautiful. I would caress Sarah's belly, talk to the babies. I would read them fairy tales. Emily and Charlotte, I would say, your daddy will tell you the most beautiful stories. Emily and Charlotte came into the world at 7 months, premature but healthy. I cried when I first saw Sarah holding them. Our miracles, Sarah said. The first years were very hard. Night feeding, putting them to sleep, crying, but Sarah and I overcame everything together. Tom, Sarah said one night after putting the twins to sleep, you became an incredible father. How did you teach me? I didn't teach. You already had it. I just brought it out. In our third year, an offer came from Northwestern for both of us. Lectureship for me, library directorship for Sarah. Will we work together? I said to Sarah. Would that be a problem? On the contrary, I can see you every day. That year we were talked about a lot on campus. Students called us couple goals. In our fourth year, I surprised Sarah. I had passed my associate professorship exam, got a permanent position. Sarah, now I have a secure job. We can expand our home. How to expand? The twins can have a sibling. What do you think? Her eyes filled. Do you really want that? I want more children with you. This family is perfect. In our fifth year, our son William was born. We named him after Shakespeare. We became a family of 3 children, Sarah said in the hospital, and a very happy family. When William was born, Emily and Charlotte were 2 years old. They were very happy to be big sisters. Baby brother, they would run when they saw William. In our 6th year, we organized a Literature and Love Conference at Northwestern. Academics from around the world came. Tom and Sarah Anderson, said the conference presenter, the couple who explains love in literature by living their own love story. Our paper at the conference, From Wuthering Heights to Real Life, How Literature Shapes Modern Romance. Literature isn't just for reading, I said in my presentation. It's for living. Sarah and my story shows how we experience love patterns in literature in real life. There were 300 academics in the hall. They gave a standing ovation. In our 7th year came the news of Sarah's promotion. She became Northwestern University Libraries Director. Sarah Anderson, the rector said, the youngest and most successful libraries director of this university. At the celebration party, Sarah gave a speech. This success is not just mine. Without my husband Tom's support, I couldn't have reached this position. He taught me not only love, but also courage. In our 8th year, the twins had a school celebration, kindergarten graduation. Mom, Dad, Emily said, how did you meet? In the library, Sarah said. Daddy was reading books, Mommy was helping him find books. What happened then? Then we fell in love. Then we got married. Then you were born. Charlotte asked, will we find boyfriends in the library too? We laughed. Maybe, I said, but first learn to read books. In our 9th year, William started talking. His first word was book. Just like his father, Sarah said, book enthusiast. That year, I made a big surprise for Sarah. I converted our basement into a library. Thousands of books, comfortable chairs, reading lamps. Tom, Sarah said when she saw the basement, this is wonderful. Our private library, our family library. That evening, after putting the children to bed, Sarah and I sat in our new library. Tom, was us getting trapped in the library that night really a coincidence? What do you mean? Maybe there was fate. Maybe the universe wanted to bring us together. Maybe, but what matters is that we're here now. In our 10th year, Anderson Library opened at Northwestern, a special collection in our name. This library, the rector said at the opening ceremony, honors Tom and Sarah Anderson's contributions to literature and love. Our children were very proud. They opened a library with our name, they told their friends. In our 11th year, Sarah got a professorship offer in the library science department. Tom, what do you think? Are you thinking of becoming an academic? Will we work in the same department? If you want. You in literature department, me in information sciences. Perfect. We'll be an academic couple together. That year, we both became professors at Northwestern. In the academic world, we started being called a power couple. In our 12th year, the twins started school, first grade of elementary school. Daddy, Emily said, will we work at the university too? If you want, but first you need to grow up. Charlotte asked, will we fall in love too? Of course, Sarah said, but you need to find the right person. Will we find them in the library? We laughed. Or somewhere else. Love is possible everywhere. In our 13th year, William turned 8. He was a very smart child, just like his mother. Daddy, he said one day, when I grow up, I'm going to write books. About what? About our family story, about Mommy and Daddy's love. Sarah's eyes filled. William, that's a very nice idea. What will the title be? I asked. The Library Love Story, he said. In our 14th year, we received a great honor from Northwestern, Outstanding Academic Couple Award. Tom and Sarah Anderson, the rector said at the award ceremony, inspire not only with their academic achievements, but also with their love story. When we went on stage, 1,000 people were applauding standing up. Thank you, I said. This award is not just ours. This is an award for everyone who believes in love. Sarah took the microphone. 14 years ago, we were trapped in the library on this campus. That night, our lives changed. If we're here today, we owe it to that night. In our 15th year, the twins started high school preparation. They were 10 years old now. They had grown so much. Mom, Emily said, "Will we study at Northwestern too?" "If you want, but first you need to finish middle school, then high school." Charlotte asked, "Dad, what courses do you teach at university?" "Romantic literature, modern novel, comparative literature." "Can we take the same courses too?" I laughed. "Sure, but if I give homework, you won't complain." William asked, "Dad, did you see Mom in your class?" "No, I saw your mom in the library, but now sometimes your mom comes to my classes and I go to hers." "Very romantic," Emily said. In our 16th year came Sarah's big success. She received an award from the American Library Association, Librarian of the Year, Dr. Sarah Anderson. I was also with her at the ceremony. I was very proud while Sarah was giving her speech. "I share this award with my family," Sarah said. "My husband Tom, my children Emily, Charlotte, and William. Without them, this success wouldn't be possible." That night, we celebrated at home. The children cut the cake, congratulated Sarah. "Mom is so cool," William said. "Dad is cool too," Charlotte said. "You're both cool," Emily said. In our 17th year, we redecorated our house. We're now a big family of 5. We needed more space. Sarah's idea, let's make a small amphitheater at home for family reading nights. We converted the garage, 20-person small amphitheater, stage, sound system, Anderson Family Theater, William wrote on the door. The first show was Sarah reading poetry. Children audience, me host. "Ladies and gentlemen," I said into the microphone, "Dr. Sarah Anderson will read Emily Dickinson poems." Sarah came on stage, gave a magnificent performance. "Very beautiful, Mom," the children shouted. In our 18th year, the twins started middle school. They were now 13-year-old young girls. "Dad," Emily said, "can we have boyfriends?" "Still early," I said, "but you met Mom when you were 25. That was different. I was a university student." Charlotte intervened. "Dad, didn't you say age difference doesn't matter?" Sarah laughed. "Girls, you cornered your father." "Okay," I said, "but first finish your lessons. Then we'll talk." William asked, "Dad, will I fall in love too?" "Of course, but you're 12 years old, still very early. How old were you when you fell in love? 25. Then I'll fall in love at 25 too." Sarah laughed. "William, love doesn't come according to age. It comes when it comes." In our 19th year, Northwestern held a 19th anniversary celebration in our honor. Tom and Sarah Anderson, the rector said, have been part of the Northwestern family for 19 years, not just as academics, but as love ambassadors. 500 people attended the celebration, students, faculty members, staff. "Would you give a thank you speech?" they asked. Sarah and I went on stage together. 19 years ago, I said, I was just a student trying to finish my thesis. Sarah was also a librarian doing her job. But fate, Sarah said, brought us together. Since that night, Northwestern has been our home. And in these 19 years, I said, we didn't just become academics. We became family, became friends, became life partners. Everyone in the hall was applauding, standing up. In our 20th year, we had a big celebration, 20 years of love-themed party. In our home garden, 200 people came, friends, family, colleagues, students. Sarah gave a special speech that night. 20 years ago, on the night we were trapped in the library, I couldn't even dream of building such a beautiful life. Tom gave me not only love, but also the courage to realize my dreams. Our children came on stage, sang the song they prepared for us. Our parents met in a library. Among the books and stories, they found their love, they found their way. They created our family. I cried that night. The life we built over 20 years was so beautiful. In our 21st year, the twins started high school on Northwestern campus. It's so weird. Emily said, we'll study where mom and dad work. Will that be a problem? I asked. No, it's proud. Everyone knows who our mom and dad are. Charlotte added, we're famous couple children. William is 16 years old now. Very tall, handsome young man, book enthusiast just like his father. Dad, he said, I want to study literature too. Are you sure? Very sure. You and Mom taught me love. I want to teach others too. Sarah's eyes filled. William, you'll be a wonderful teacher. In our 22nd year, Sarah received a great honor. Northwestern University gave an honorary doctorate. Dr. Sarah Anderson, the rector said at the ceremony, the woman who revolutionized librarianship, left a mark in the academic world and inspired with her love story. I was also with her at the ceremony. I kissed Sarah in front of 1,000 people. I'm very proud of you, I said. Me too of you, Tom. This success belongs to both of us. In our 23rd year, the twins started university preparation. They're 18 years old now, very beautiful young women. Dad, Emily said, we want to study at Northwestern. Literature? No, I want medicine. Charlotte wants law. I was surprised. Not literature? Dad, you and Mom live literature. We want to explore different fields. Sarah laughed. They're thinking very correctly. Let them draw their own paths. William asked, Dad, would it be a problem if I study literature? No problem at all. I'd even be very happy. In our 24th year, Anderson Wing opened at Northwestern, new library wing. This wing, the rector said at the opening ceremony, will carry Tom and Sarah Anderson's contributions to our university to eternity. The most beautiful part of the library, Love Stories collection, special collection of love stories. Here, Sarah said at the ribbon cutting, young people will read books about love, maybe find their own love. Our children were very proud that day. A library wing was opened with our mom and dad's name, they told everyone. In our 25th year, we had a big celebration. 25 years of library love themed event. Guests came from Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, academics, writers, librarians. Tom and Sarah Anderson, the event host said, have been loving not only each other, but also literature for 25 years. That night, Sarah and I gave a speech together. 25 years ago, I said, I never would have thought that the night we spent in that library would change our lives so much. But it did, Sarah said, and we thank that night every day. The 500 people in the hall applauded standing up. Now we're entering our 26th year. The twins are in college. William is a high school senior. Emily is very successful in medical school. I want to be a doctor, help people like my mom and dad. Charlotte is in law school. I'll become a lawyer and fight against injustices. William is in Northwestern prep class. I'll study literature at Northwestern too, like my mom and dad. Perfect, I tell him. Continue the family tradition. Sarah and I are now 51 and 61 years old. We still work at Northwestern, still love each other. Every evening, while the children are busy with their own affairs, we go to our library. We drink coffee, read books, talk. Tom, Sarah says, I wish those who weren't trapped in the library that night could see. See what? This life of ours, 26 years of happiness, 3 wonderful children, academic achievements, a home full of love. They see it, I say, and they're grateful. Tonight, as I write this story, I think, sometimes the most beautiful things happen at the most unexpected moments. That night, we weren't just trapped in the library. We were trapped in love. And we never wanted to escape from that captivity. This is our story, Tom and Sarah's story, 26 years of library love story, and this story is still continuing because real love stories never end. If you like this story and want to listen to similar real love stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because every story I share here is real. Every story is different, and every story will awaken different emotions in you. Now you think too, do you have special moments in your life with unexpected people in unexpected places? Maybe you have a library story too. Share with me in the comments section. Let's multiply these beautiful stories together. Because the world is beautiful with love stories. In my next video, I'll tell a completely different love story. Don't miss it.